You have in one of those chapters you have a fantastic chart of the 20 steps which terrorists would need to assemble a nuclear device, find all the material, put it together, transport it, and so forth. And there's like 20 steps, and the assumption is even if we sort of radically overstate the chances of any given one of these steps, the actual odds of detonating a nuclear weapon in an American city are somewhere one in the billions, I believe.
Yeah.
I thought that was a very helpful chart.
Like 1 in 3 billion even. Yeah,
Right.
it was an interesting exercise. What I did was I just sort of wrote a narrative, particularly following William Langewies's book called Atomic Bazaar. So I took that as a starting point and sort of expanded it. Because what he did, as other people haven't done, is look at, okay, you're a terrorist. How are you going to put this bomb together? Well, you have to do this and this and this. And so I went from there and just elaborated considerably. And then once I was through, I just went through and said, okay, how can I bullet this? In other words, have certain steps, exact steps you have to do. And quickly came up actually with 25 originally. And I thought that was probably too many aesthetically, so I cut it down to 20. And that was actually difficult, so that was a good exercise. Basically, I really think 20 is too small. But each step is one which people say, well, that would be difficult but not impossible. And the other one, that's true. And another step, difficult but not impossible. But if you have enough difficult but not impossible steps, it quickly comes to a situation in which the likelihood of accomplishing the task is incredibly small.
Right. I mean, even as anyone knows with coin flips, the number that you need to get heads a certain number of times is a certain number of consecutive times, especially when the consequences of getting tails at any given time is disastrous for the entire project, right? The entire project falls apart if not everyone in the terrorist organization is able to keep their mouth shut, or if somebody accidentally leaks. And these aren't implausible either, right? Because, I mean, the Soviet Union was unable to do something which would seem fairly covert and simple as deploy nuclear weapons to Cuba without the United States finding out about it. And the idea that a terrorist organization could do all of these things is really fantastic, right? I mean, it's
one of the
fantasy.
One of the things that came out of I hadn't really expected it all that much, is just that you have to, if you're going to do this, if you're a terrorist, you have to rely essentially on criminals or corrupt officials. In other words, people outside your organization. And every time you trust a criminal, criminals, tend to be pretty good at extortion. So either one of two things can happen. One is they keep asking for more money, or they go to the authorities because the reward money is so spectacular. So it just, and there's there are basically dozens of places where you have to trust a criminal, and the criminal has to be bought all the way through.
Right, and being bought and staying bought, of course, are different things.
Absolutely.